If we haven't met before, hello and nice to meet you. I do a lot of creative content here on YouTube. I love to plan, I love journaling, and I do all sorts of crafty things. But, anyways, for today's video, we're gonna do a live session, a plan with me session in my Lhey term notebook. This is an A5 notebook, and I really love saying Lhey terms. So you might hear me say that quite a few times. I don't know. It's just me having fun. But anyways, if you are joining me live today, I'd love to know where you're from. But okay, so this is the new bullet journal, the Lhey term, the 2.0 edition. So the second one I did use the first edition as well. There are a little bit of difference, not a little bit, actually the paper enough is a big difference because this is their 120 GSM, so it's much thicker than the regular Leuchtturm paper. And I am really loving it. At first, I didn't know if I would love it because I really love the thin paper where you feel like you're flipping. I know I've shared my Archer and Olive notebooks here on YouTube, and I do love that as well. But I really miss that feeling of a paper. Some of the thicker notebooks now, it just feels like a cardstock. I don't know, it's just some sort of, it doesn't feel natural to flip the pages. It's just a personal preference kind of thing. Okay, so I did set this up off camera because I love setting up my notebook while like binge watching shows on Netflix and stuff like that. And so I was able to set it up. The one thing I really love about this notebook is, of course, it's pink. And then, hi, Hershey. I love that it's pink. And look how gorgeous the rose gold against the pink color, the blush pink. It's beautiful. On the side cover, you will see that you will get some counts of the dot grid. So it'll give you like how many grids you need to create some specific layouts. And I must say that at first I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna need that. But you know what? It's really nice to have this reference over here. So I enjoy having that. And then I just added 7 and then 5, you know, things that I know that I will be using most of the time, those layouts. And then I did set up the nothing in the beginning. It's just a very simple quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer. I really love this. One of the most responsible things you can do as an adult is to become more of a child. And I truly believe that. And then I did set up an index. I will be honest with you, I don't think I ever used the index, but I think once it's all set up and thick, someday I'll thank myself for setting up the index. So, and then what do we have here? I created like, this is the future log. So in my future logs, I just have birthdays. So birthdays of my special people in my life, families, anniversaries. So that's really all there is. If there's like a special event that's going to happen, I'd put it here in the future log. And then here I did set up my monthly. You know what I love about this is that, where's the ruler? I'm trying to find, but, okay, I can't find my ruler. I guess we're gonna have wonky lines today, but it's like, it's perfectly, so that's just one ruler size. So this is the monthly. So I was happy about that because it was super easy to set up. So one ruler size, that's it. So that's one box. So create that 7 boxes over here and then 5 down. It was perfect. So I was super happy about that. And then I did set it up so high. So it's like, okay, I need a little space over on top. So I did a sample again over here. So if I want a little bit of space, I just need 3 on top, 3 dots. And then over here at the bottom, I have 5 dots. So each box is 7 dots, if that would be helpful for you. And then I did set up my ant flow tracker. Although this is for 2022, I did still set up my 2021 tracker in here. I just used some stickers and then I wrote down the days. Ugh. It's no fun writing that, but you know what? It's okay. And then this is for the 2022 and flow tracker as well. Okay, then I did set up my monthly. So this was for the month of October. I think it turned out super cute. I used some ephemeras over here from Primo Marketing. I love this 31 collection from Primo Marketing. So I used some of the ephemera, the cardstocks, and then I did lettering, you know, so I think it turned out super cute. Then I have some munchkins over here. I love the munchkins. Once more with love. And then this is for the month of November, next month. So I already did set it up. I have some stickers here from Happy Planner. And then I do have some stickers from our print and play. I love printing and cutting my stickers. I just enjoy it. And then I did already set it up, the boxes for the rest of the month. So I figured, you know what, I'm doing it now, might as well just keep doing it for the rest of the year. So for the 2022, all the months are set up, but without decorations, but the boxes are there already. Okay, and then for here, I was planning on doing something here. I think it's to catalog my glitter collection from PDB Creative Studio. So I think that's what I was doing there. And then here is the weekly from October 11 till the 17th. Super simple, just boxes, 4 boxes here and 4 boxes to the right. And then just stickers. I mean, stickers are super easy when you're like in a hurry and you don't really want to create like elaborate drawings and illustrations here. Stickers are fun and just quick and easy to make your spread super cute. Over here, I did a little bit of illustration, watercolor. So this paper takes watercolor beautifully, as you can see here. The buckling of the paper is not immense, you know, so I love it. It's not crazy like the Hobonichi. Sometimes the Hobonichi can go like really wrinkly, but this paper, it takes watercolor so beautiful. I mean, of course, just be mindful of the amount of water that you're going to use still, you know, but I think it turned out really great. And I love, shout out to my Patreons. I do send them happy mail every month, my unicorn Patreons. So that's just a list. And then over here, okay, so when I'm lazy to draw, and I get that sometimes, especially when I have a lot of work to do, but I still need like a daily page, what I do is I pull out my stamps, and these cute stamps are from Mama Elephant. Once I upload this video, I will put the links to all of these in the description box below. So I love Mama Elephant because it's just the closest to my type of illustration, my aesthetic. I just love that. I think this stamp set is from Studio Calico. Oh, no. I think Studio Calico. I could be wrong. And then this one, I just set up my daily. Sometimes I do that. I don't have to do it all the time. And I think that's the beauty of the bullet journal. It's like if I have days where I have really a lot of to-do lists and I want a cute page, then I'll set it up. But if I have a day where I exactly know what I'm doing, or it's just a bulk of the same thing, like if I'm going to do video reels for the whole day, then I don't have to write that down. But if I have a list of the video reels that I need to remember, then I'll write it down. So this one, I use my Tombow dual brush pens to color them in. And then over here is watercolor. And then I used my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens to do the lettering. As you can see, there's a difference from applying the marker directly to the page. I mean, it's beautiful, it's vibrant and all that. But there's something about watercolors that makes it so beautiful when the colors are still vibrant, but it's washed and it's blended. I don't know, I just love that very much. So this is something that I started doing last week, and I really love it. And I think I'm going to keep doing it. So I did it last night also. You'll see it later. But this is like reflection and thoughts. So it's just whatever it is that, you know, if you have something important that you want to be reminded about the whole week, or just, you know, reflections and just thoughts. And then that's it. So reflection and thoughts for the weekly overview. So this was last week. Very simple, as you can see here. We have just 7 vertical And then I have the month overview here, and I just list down which week we're on, and then I have some lists in here, and I did some illustration, used some sticker from Paper House Productions, used some sticker from my collection as well, and then we have some munchkins over here. So really simple. And then I was planning on doing a daily, but it ended up looking like a week also, but it's okay. I had fun anyway, so I decorated that with stickers and some stampings. Okay, and then last night, I had a little bit of playtime. So I did this Things I Love About October, which I really, really love. I think I have to turn this into stickers, so I'm gonna scan this and put that on my iPad Pro. Just take a picture and then redo it on my iPad Pro and send it to my Patreons because they're adorable. And then I did the thoughts and reflections as well over here. So as you can see, very simple. And my thoughts and reflections are, I really, as an artist, I really want to stick to an aesthetic. And it's really hard because I want to create everything. It's so hard. It's like I want to try the manga version. I want to try the kawaii version, you know, the chibi version. But it's like, I really want to stick to one first and really master it. So I think I'm going to stick to this sort of illustrations, which I really adore. So the kawaii style. I'm going to stick to that, you know, how as much as I love the mixed media and all that, I'm going to hold off on that one and then just kind of stick and master this sort of type of illustration. Okay, so new page. Look at this. I honestly do not have like a specific theme in mind, but I kind of know what I want to do today. So I have all my markers in here. I did pull out some stencils. This is from Michael. So I have this set, and I think I'm going to pull out the clouds from here. And then these are grass. I don't think I will need this today, but that's part of the set. This is the clouds, so I love that. That's what we're going to use. So there's 3 stencils in this set. So we have like different type of grass. So if you want, you can put it over here and you create your own grass, which we might use actually. We might put some pumpkins over there and then some clouds over here. So yeah, we might use some grass. So we'll leave that one. So that's it. If you need to pause and take a screenshot of the code, because I don't know the name, so unfortunately. Okay. All right, so here we go. I do have my gelatos over here. This is what I'm going to use for the stenciling. Okay, so we have blue and purple. And how you do this is that really you just set it to the space where you want it. I think I'm going to pull it over here. And then we're going to do this. You can use ink to stencil. I love the gelatos because these are waterproof. But look, I have a mess already. I'm such a mess when I'm creating. But like this. And what you do is you start with the inside of the stencil. So you can start from here, and I'm just going to pull it out. So just a little bit. Be mindful of your pressure you apply. So I just go lightly, and if you want to hold it here, put your pointer finger on top of that so you have control so it doesn't wobble too much. So I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to make a vertical layout again. So this will be where my days and dates are. So we have those clouds. I'm going to repeat the same process. We might use a different layout for the clouds. Let's use this one like that. And then sometimes be careful because I know I do use my gelatos a lot. And so sometimes you get crumbles like that, so you want to avoid that also. But just spread it out like this, like that. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. And again, I'm starting inside of the stencil so you don't get those marks. So you want to have soft marks over there and you don't want to get those sharp lines. Unless, of course, that's the look that you prefer. But play around if it's your first time using anything, if a pen, if a, try it first in a piece of paper before going straight directly into your notebook or journals. And I think that's the best practice to do. Oh, my allergies are killing me this morning. There we go. And it's just such an easy way to add color and fun design in your page without going crazy. See? We're done. How fun is that? That's super simple and fun. Hold on a second. I have to get a baby wipes. I'll just clean my stencil like this. We're good. And then this is the way I will clean my brush as well. So just cleaning it with the baby wipes like that. Look, we have a mess over here from the gelatos. So those crumbles can be a little tricky if you get that and then you smudge it, because it will smudge. Okay, I'm gonna close this down. Now I'm gonna get the grass. So we'll get the grass over here because I want some pumpkins over here because it's Halloween. Who's excited for Halloween? My daughter is super excited for Halloween. So I'm just gonna pick up a green over here. Winston, stop scratching your ear. That's the way he wakes me up. Like, he would flap his ears. Okay. A little tricky here. So I'll start on the inside again and then just kind of move my way up. It's tricky in the bottom because I don't have a whole lot to hold the stencil in place. So I don't like it because I'm not having enough space. And then my brush was a little wet still. I'm getting all these funky marks, but that's part of it. Good thing it's Halloween. So it can be a little crazy and it's gonna be okay. So make sure to dry your brush first when you do this, because look, when you have a little bit of too wet, you get marks like that. But that works. Trust the process. Trust the process, they said. Okay, I'm gonna do it on top of this stencil, so there. All right, I'm gonna trust the process. It's very green over here, then it's dark on the other side. That's fine. I'm okay. I will live. I don't get too upset over these little things like that. It's just kind of like, it's gonna work itself out in the end. One thing I've noticed about this, of course, it's much cheaper than the other ones that I've tried, but it's kind of too flimsy. And so if you have sharp lines like that, be careful when you're like moving your brush, because you can ruin it. Especially me, I have such a hard pressure when I'm writing, when I'm doing stuff. And so, yeah, just be mindful of that one. Okay, so now we got rid of the fear of the white blank page, because that's always, to me, that's scary, having that white page all the time. So I try to eliminate that as fast as I can, whether it's writing a calendar on the side or, slapping a sticker in here. But yeah, we got rid of it. Yay, goodbye, see you later, sayonara. Okay, let's pull out some colors for our spreads. We have orange. I want to have some gray purple. We're gonna make this really Halloween-y. So we have light purple, dark purple, we have an orange, we have like coral color, and I really love that one, and then a gray color. Then we have black and gold here too. Okay, so what I want is some pumpkins on the side, a little girl here with some pumpkins. So I'm gonna use my mechanical pencil over here. I have the 0.7 and then I have my kneadable eraser. I love my kneadable eraser. Okay, so we're gonna sketch first, and I sketch first before I do my line art. Okay, this, you're gonna see me really work through this in real time, because you know when you watch video reels and all that, it's so fast it looks like we're super woman when I'm doing my illustrations, so I'm not. So basically, when you draw a character, especially with kawaii, I do this when I teach doodling workshop. You start with the basic shapes first. Don't overwhelm yourself. So you have a head. You know your head is going to be circle, right? Okay. So I have my head over there, and I'm going to draw my body first. So let's draw the body. I want her to be sitting down. Basically just like that. I hope you can see it. And then basically I want her legs to be on the side like this. Like that. So that's my one leg. And I'll draw the other leg like this. And when you're sketching, make sure you sketch lightly. So, because you're going to ruin your paper in the end. So I have my 2 feet like crossing each other. And then my hands, her hands are on the side. This one too, she's just sitting down like this. Okay, so basically we have our first layer. Let's add, I like my ears at the bottom to make them look really young. And then my hair, I want it always on the side, kind of like my hair. Long, like this. So this is what I do when I sketch, simple. I have my 2 eyes. Okay, and then I would use my kneadable eraser and just kind of like roll it over here. That was our first initial sketch, just seeing where my little girl will be. Okay, roll it there. And I'll draw some pumpkins. So pumpkins beside her. One there. That. I'll draw one over here. So I always start with the middle of the pumpkin like that. And then I just add like letter C's. See? We can make it wonky and all that. You can add another one, another pumpkin over here. Just add this. Like that. There. So we have our pumpkins also. All right. And you know what? I can't find my ruler. I don't know where it's at, but so we might have some wonky page. I don't know where the ruler is. I'm trying to find it. We are just going to improvise later. Okay. And then I want to, okay, so basically once I have a view of this, of course I'm going to add my list over here. So I'm going to write down the month first. And I want to write that in a, let's move you a little bit. Sorry, that's a little too fast. So this is the Pitt Artist pen. This is what I'm going to use. So this is the brush tip. And Purple Violet 136. So I want my month. I'm thinking if I should have it over here, because I can just add my list in the weekly. So I can do October over here, like a big October. And that's what we're going to do in brush script. Notice how I'm holding my pen. I'm not holding it straight on onto my page. This is one tip that is very, very important when you're doing brush lettering. Diagonal about 45-degree angled. So you can use the tip of your pen for your thin strokes and then apply pressure to get that thick strokes, right? Okay, so every single time you write towards you, that is your downstroke. Every time you write towards you, downstroke, which means thick lines. Every time we would write away from you, that is your thin stroke. So remember that. Downstroke, that's the thick stroke, and that's when you're writing towards you. Away from you is where you go really light and pressure. That is where you have to do your thin lines. Okay, so let's do this. Away from me, really light. See? Towards me, thick, pressure. Away from me, really light. And it's just, you know, it's a matter of practice, really. Once you get used to it, you're going to build a muscle memory, and then you don't have to think about it all the time. But in the beginning, you're going to have to, because that's what I did also, you know. And everyone you see that has pretty letterings on Instagram and all that, it just didn't happen like just that fast. I don't know, maybe to someone it did. Okay, so I'm going to use the lilac. Okay, so this is what you have to remember when you're doing drop shadows. Drop shadows is when you're adding another color. So you choose which side. You have to choose left or the right, and you have to do just one of those. So I'm going to choose the left side of my strokes. So where I did my thick strokes is where I'm going to add my drop shadows. So the left of my letter. So over here also, we're going to add some here, over here. So all the left side. So here, I'm going to add there, and over there as well. So here, left, and some there too. The left side of that, the left side of this. One thing about me is that I'm not overly careful, and I don't stress about mistakes because I've learned. I used to be super careful. Hi, Annie. Good morning. Thank you for joining in. I was super duper careful when it comes to like doing bullet journal, and I think that's what frustrated me before, is that when it's not perfect, I don't want it anymore. I want another notebook. And so it doesn't work that way. It was like, okay, that doesn't work that way, Lhey. All right, I'm gonna adjust it again, so we're farther. All right, so here we have it. So we have October, we have our little girl. Now we're gonna have to do the stroke for a little girl. I'm gonna use my Tombow Fudenosuke pen. I love using the Tombow for like thin lines like this. I mean, I love the Pit Artist, but as you can see, it creates a really thick strokes when you have heavy pressure. And I really have heavy pressure when I'm writing or drawing. So here we're gonna go over our little girl that we created earlier. So basically I have the shape of her face. I do this all the time. I always mess up over there. I don't know why I flick my hand when I go in the middle. All right, that's fine, Lhey. I added her neck. And also when I'm doing like a bullet journal layout like this, I try not to create like overly complicated drawings, because it's taken all the time to be productive when I'm like here drawing for like 2 hours. So I try not to do that. So I have her little girl over there, and I'm going to start with her leg first. Remember how when we did all the sketching, it's just basic shapes, and really when you're doodling, that's all there is. It's just really basic shapes. I think as adults, we try to overwhelm ourselves with just, I don't know, we try to overwhelm ourselves with with the drawings. It's like, oh, but it's too hard. We forget about how it was when we were kids, you know. We were just looking at it as shapes, and really that's it. And so doodling is the same way. I want you to just look at everything, just basic shape. Start with the basic shape. See, letter C's is how I do my bows. So backward C's also, you know? I mean, look, we have a little cute little girl. And I would do a pumpkin over here. Just, on the side. That. So even when I'm drawing, I apply pressure. Every single time I would do my downstroke, I would apply pressure than the most. Because I really love that look of having the thin and thick lines. Excuse me, very much so. There we have it. It really, really is, Annie, because you know what? When the one thing I'd like to share with you guys is that when I started with the drawing and the lettering and all that, I was not an artist. You know, I'm an artist in the musical side of things, but I was never the one, you know, when I was little, I was drawing and all that. No, not really. I mean, I loved coloring, and journaling, but that's about it. I didn't really draw. I didn't know how to draw. So, I mean, so when I started learning all of these, I wasn't an artist. So I think it helped because I started with a fresh mind, I suppose, you know, for lack of better words. So it's like, okay, oh, so it's circle, so it's, you know, so that's what I knew. Excuse me. That's what I knew. So it's like, oh, it's circle, it's triangle, it's like a sphere, an oval, and it worked out perfect, simple. And then I developed this kawaii style that I love. So I just copied everything that I see, all the cute illustrations that I love, and I just practice and I practice. And then eventually you're going to develop a certain look that really is for you also. All right, I think I'm going to pull out some yellow and orange for the pumpkins. We're going to color them in later. Like what I said, I cannot find my ruler. I don't know where it's at. I'm so terrible. I'm the worst. I don't know. You know what? Forget about the ruler then. We're going to make some wonky lines here. For the dates, I'm going to use the pink. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 7. So it's 4 here and 3 here. But usually I can just do 3 and 3 because Sunday I don't really do anything on the weekend. I try not to do that anymore. So I'm just going to add the circles here. I'm not even going to count, guys. I'm just going to look at it and say, oh, you know what, that worked. Okay. So this will be 25, 26, 27. 25. 26, 27. Then repeat the same process. $28. 29. 30, 31. So I have a little bit of space over here for my lists if I choose to. 28. Halloween. My kids are not even excited for Halloween anymore. They're like, before it's like a month before, like, when am I going to be for Halloween? Now it's like, whatever, Halloween. Makes me so sad. But rain, still a little bit excited, but you know, not to go trick or treat, but just to dress up. All right. So for my days, I'm just going to use this purple one. Just going to create like a highlight. So as you can see, bullet journaling doesn't have to be really complicated. I mean, it's because when we look at, you know, Instagram and look at Pinterest and look at everywhere, I mean, everyone's doing all these, my God, magnificent layouts. I'm like, I want to do that too. But if we're honest, I don't have all the time in the world to do all those. I mean, I'm already doing those for work, so I'm not going to do that for my planner also. But I still want it to look cute, and I still want it to look mine, but in a very simple way. So I'm just going to add Monday, mundane, and then Tuesday. And let me know, guys, if you enjoy this. We can do this like every week, you know, something, because I know I've fallen behind on my YouTube, but because also I think I'm having like creative block. It's like I don't know what else to do anymore, and I don't know if they're interested in doing that. You know, but since I've been doing a lot of workshop for Michaels and Faber-Castell, sometimes my brain is running dry. It's like, what am I going to do this time? What am I going to teach them? But I guess just sharing the process, you know, is very helpful, because I know it is for me, you know. So when I'm like watching YouTube channel of other artists that I really adore, I watch them and I just watch their progress and their process. And to me, that's inspiring enough, you know. So maybe it's the same way for you. I'm just adding a 3 because I have, when I'm planning, I have top 3s that I really need to put focus on. And then the rest of everything else is just, if I can get to it, I'll get to it. If not, it's not the end of the world. That's how it works for me. Okay, so I'm just going to use the pink color we used for the days, and we're going to create a flag here. Yes, and trust me, you're not alone. I am the same way. I get overwhelmed when I see, you know, it's like spectacular layouts, and here I am just doing all these, not even counting my dots. I feel like a fraud. But I do what works for me. That's the thing. So you do what works for you too. And if it's just a highlighter or just a red pen or a blue pen, whatever that is that works for you and makes you productive and makes you enjoy and be creative, gosh, by all means, please, please do just that. So I just added a drop shadow in there. So we have 2 colors, and then I'm just closing in our box here like that. So as you can see, one step at a time, and then you create something. Sometimes it's like, is it going to work? Maybe it's not, but so I'm just going to put in to-dos over here for my weekly list of stuff. Never-ending list. Am I right or am I right? Never ending. We'll add more dots because we know there's going to be more in there. And then let's color in our girl. And then all I'm going to do here is write down all my plans and then use some stickers. But I did a little bit of illustration here, so that makes me happy. So we're going to do the yellow first. Now we're going to pull out the orange. I'm just going to add a little bit of that orange in the bottom. Pick up the yellow. Just spread those colors on top. I'm doing like a flickering motion. Okay. Pit artists are India ink. So these are not water-based ink. So these are India ink. And India ink, they're odorless. They are waterproof once they're dry. And I really love about that is because they're archival, which means these are light fast, which means it will last a long time. So if this journal, if my great-great-grandkids want to see these, you know, someday, thank goodness for archival inks, because they'll be able to see that. What? Grandma used to do that? Grandma used to draw this? Can you imagine them seeing all my cute drawings? They're like, Grandma, when did you do that? When you were 5? No, sweetheart, when I was 39 years old. You drew like that when you were 39? I sure did. They'll probably think I was a crazy grandma. So just flickering up. It just gives this 3D look to your drawing, you know, so it's not flat, it's not boring, and it's not hard. See how simple that was? I mean, but just having 2 different colors in there really works great because it looks 3D and alive. It's like, woo! I love this. What is your favorite Halloween movie? Gosh, I love scary movies. I think I got it from my mom because my mom really loves scary movies. She's crazy. And then when I get scared, she gets mad at me. Hey, it's just a movie. You know, she's a Filipino mom, so she has this, hey, it's just a movie. Why are you scared? We're watching a scary movie. I'm supposed to be scared. She's crazy. And you know when they say we become our parents? Oh my gosh, Lord. When I open my mouth, I can hear my mom's like, oh my goodness. Hocus Pocus. Yes, Lavana. I love that too. That's what I was going to say. So Rain and I love Hocus Pocus. You know, as weird as it is, I love the corpse bride. I don't know. I always get that backwards and Rain gets mad at me. I love that too. And then I love The Nun. Oh my gosh. Have you guys seen that? It's scary. I love that. I love Lorraine and Ed. So I am into the supernatural. I don't like the killing though. So I don't like serial killings and all that. That's just my no. I don't like it. So I don't like The Nightmare. I don't like Michael. I don't like Jason. A movie list. You know what? I think I did that last year because I did October Daily last year. And that was super fun. But I just knew that I was not going to have the time this year. So, you know what? It's like I really didn't do it anymore. But I did that last year. So the Hocus Pocus was, of course, first on our list. And we love E.T. What else do I love? I love Harry Potter, of course. I did binge watch the whole movie, 8 movies again. And I'm going to repeat that again. Practical Magic. Oh my gosh. I love that too. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. I love that. I do not like that cricket. Oh, Lavana, if you're on IG, may you add me and may you tag me to your list. I'd love to see your list. Because this week we're going to go binge watch some Halloween movies. Because it's Halloween. And so notice how I am coloring my image. You know how they say, okay, go one way, one direction only. Sometimes I don't do that because having the different strokes in here, especially with the India ink, because the first time you layer the marker, it will stay in there. And then the second time you layer the same color, what it does is kind of like in the computer, when I'm designing on the computer, it's called multiply. So basically it stays on top of that color, but you're adding the same color, but just you're making it darker. So it's just becoming a different value. So creating all of these 3D dimensional, you don't need a whole lot of markers. Just because you can use the same marker, let it dry a little bit, your first layer, and then add your second layer or third layer, pack it in there, and create this look. Really? I don't know. I am just into the supernaturals, even when like documentaries, because I'm constantly working. That's just my nature. I have to be constantly doing something. It's like I'm antsy. When I'm feeling antsy, it's not because I want to do something. It's because I'm not doing something. That's when I'm feeling like I want to do something. I want to continue working on something, moving and all that stuff. We can add 2021 over here if we want to, but oh no, I know it's already 2021. Why do I need to add it? But sure, for the look of it. Add the year here for documenting purposes. And then I'll just use my Tombow 2021. But you know what? I might have a time. I'm gonna do what Lavana did. It's like I'm gonna add another list over here. Since I did that, things I love about October, might as well have something, all my favorite movies, scary movies. But yeah, guys, this is it. I mean, I'm gonna get my stickers. Where are those? Grab them. So I'm just going to grab my stickers and put them over here. That's how I'm going to design my week. But pretty much this is it. But thank you guys so much for joining the fun. That was really, really fun. Usually I just sit here and be quiet and do all these things. But you guys made it extra special by joining me. And if you joined me live today, please know I appreciate you. And if you're watching this live, sorry we didn't catch each other. Hopefully next week we can do this again. But I hope you guys have a safe and fun Halloween. As usual, as always, if you have any questions for me, you know where to find me. My name is Lhey. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that was fun and inspiring. Until next week, I'll see you guys again. Have a fabulous Halloween. Bye, guys.